Nerd Z, ready?
Yeah, yo.
Del Pesh, you ready?
Ready, yeah. Ready.
In a world where people are outraged with Balenciaga, but the harsh reality, the same world is kind of like we don't really care about kids, in a sense. This is The Vent. I'm your host, Lou Ye. I mean, Jay Hunterville. I mean, you don't know who I am. You're not gonna know who I am. We got the Nerd Z in the building.
Hey.
We got Del Pesh in the building.
Miss Cleo version, or Mr. Cleo version, I should say. AKA, when I put on chapstick, everyone puts on chapstick. AKA, I bring the crowd with me. AKA, Captain Corners, 360-degree ovary. All right, done the drill.
Well,
good morning, guys. Good
morning,
evening.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good night.
Good night. Good grand rising. Morning. Whatever dialects of hello, hi,
And greetings.
bonjour.
Salud.
First thing, this is the disclaimer. This pod is a pod with no factual, accurate or inaccurate information. We are free thinkers. We are somewhat free thinker. We will consider ourselves brilliant idiots. Shout out to Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz.
Hey.
Even though I'm not really cool with Charlemagne right now.
Wow.
He didn't help me. What was it? What was it? You have what was it a white man? What something doing my son? I forgot what he said.
He said a white man with a 10-inch rod is messing with my wife, and you can't help me. That's what Kanye said. But but it's coming out of Charlemagne's mouth only. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
But it may be true. I don't think Charlemagne lies about things like that.
Wait. What?
So
Well,
what was it? It was
This was like 2-3 months ago, but I didn't want to.
So Charlemagne quoted Ye
yeah.
saying that there is a white man with a 10-inch rod.
Is
Is he referring to his dingaling?
Correct. Yes.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there.
Got you. Yeah. This is reference to what's his name from SNL?
From
Yes.
SNL, Pete Davidson.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So a lot of things have been happening for the past
Jeez.
week, 2
This
weeks.
week has been crazy.
Since it's just been.
This week alone, yeah.
This pod is not meant to be taken seriously, as you can tell.
But if you do find gems in here, I mean, it's a gem.
Yes.
I mean,
Please understand the context and understand what's going on here.
Facts.
A lot of things have been, going on, but let's keep this a somber note. Now, you know what I thought about the other day? Because I drove past my old hood. And I realized that my convenience store that I used to go to, like the neighborhood convenience store, it's torn down.
yeah.
Now being like a concept house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think they're doing some next type of things and stuff.
That's
And,
crazy.
The question I have when it comes to things like this is you guys all have like a neighborhood convenience store and you know the people there, you know their names and all that stuff. But then sometimes you go to a place where it's like, do you know your what's it called? Do the people that work at a convenience store know your name?
Right, yeah. I mean, no, growing up, they never did. Like, they just, we just went to the convenience store. First of all, we went in there, played arcade games. So it was always packed and everything. And people just got their pizza, they're hanging out, doing stuff like that. That's it. They weren't concerned with like, oh, the guy knows me, whatever, like, or I'm gonna get a hookup.
You grew up in that neighborhood, like knowing the convenience store, but they do not know your name.
They didn't know. Yeah, I can say they didn't know my name.
Who you were, but they didn't know your name, I guess.
Rare, yeah. Like they can recognize me because you're there frequently, right? But Name? Like, no.
Were you ever like short?
That's for me to know.
Were you ever short on buying things at the convenience store? Because that's a bond right there in itself.
Oh. No, I remember one time. Oh, quick story time. I remember one time this idiot tried to not give me the correct change, and I was cussing her out. The one near our park at middle school. I was cussing her out with another friend there, and then I stormed off. And then she caught up to me like 2 minutes after. She's like, oh my god, wow. Yeah, I never seen you so angry before. No, like she didn't give me the correct change. Like, so I think that was the only time I seen her too. It must have been the wife of the owner, but the owner was okay, but his wife, I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, yeah, by Fairbank.
Yeah, that one is completely gone.
Oh, yeah.
That whole park is, I know they're doing a major like
renovation
there.
my
Yeah.
Gosh.
But
There's
that
a
one,
whole new entrance.
Well, they changed it completely.
Yeah.
Whole new entrance. All these things.
Right.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
I don't know. I think at my convenience stores, like, I remember just being, like, it's not like I'm being short on purpose with money, but, like, I just didn't have the whole thing. I didn't know the price was higher, and they were like, oh, yeah, it's okay. Come back next week, or come back when you come back. They remember, too.
and then
They remember that, hey, you're buying a patty, but you owe me, like, 50 cents for the last time. Remember, you couldn't let me just pass through with this.
That's funny.
It's funny because they know me. They didn't know my name, but one of my brothers snitched me out, yo. They called my name in the store, yo. They called my name in the store, and after that, it was game over.
That wow.
The whole family knew my name, yo. They're not supposed to know my name, bro. They won't know my name. Hey, honey. Hey, how's it going? I'm like, we don't talk. I just put the item, put it on the table. You tell me the price. Oh, I already know the price.
Right. And I just
And
buy it. That's it.
That's the bond we have. I don't buy a lottery ticket. I don't, do any of that stuff. I just get in and out, and now you know my name, and you want to have conversations. It's not a problem. It's just it's not normal. And can you imagine you and your brethren? And doesn't it look weird? Like you and your brethren go to the convenience store, and the convenience store people know your name. They don't say hi. They say hi, but they know you.
But then, they have like I'm glad I kept that out. Like
it's okay if they know you on a face basis, like they know you.
Right.
But know your name? It's kind of...
Nah, bro.
I'm not used to that.
I'm gonna put that as a no for me. Nah. I can be anonymous. We don't gotta establish a relationship type thing. Nah.
So
just give me the sour keys.
Another thing that's been going on in life, well, I just think this younger generation is different.
Yeah, it's a different,
Like this generation, when it comes to things and
like everything,
stuff like that, everything is different. Like I've been hearing.
How are they different?
I've been hearing the little stuff. You ever been hearing the little stuff that's going on in like York Memo and stuff?
Okay, what happened?
Well.
So okay.
Some teachers, I guess, put the right to refuse unsafe work.
Unsafe work, yeah.
School teachers are getting pressed for their marks.
Really?
Put me on me on late. Yeah, nah, scratch that. What is it? What is it? Like Scatron.
Yeah.
Nah, I wasn't absent. I was here. Don't call my mom. See? Don't make the teachers are getting pressed. Right to refuse. Doors with the glass. They're getting punched in.
Like
regular.
like a whole principal just said, yeah, I'm not coming today. A principal said that.
I mean,
they're like, yeah, I'm not coming today.
Previous principal stepped down too. Still.
Because what happened is
I think George Harvey and them fused.
They fused, yeah. And the fusion happened because York Memo caught on fire. So a couple of floors are damaged. Obviously, you can't have occupancy there.
Yes.
So their idea was to take the students from York Memo, Collegiate, and then merge them with George, the infamous George Harvey. So it's two different cultures just in the mix, right?
Space, yeah.
In one space. I think some of the teachers went there as well. Yeah, so it's a whole
So for viewers, when we say two different cultures, what are we really talking about?
Hey man, George Harvey's on some next type of timing. Anytime growing up, George Harvey was at school. You go to Harvey,
the reputation wasn't the greatest.
It didn't have a good rep still.
Not at all.
You guys experienced that. You guys experienced
It was on the
that.
same-
Yeah,
it was
but it
a-
was like only summer school, and I think even summer school was enough to let you know what the whole school year was.
Okay,
Like-
that summer school story, we'll probably tell that another day. That's a
Yeah.
whole series. Oh my god,
But
that's a
I
whole
mean,
series right there.
it was one of those things where the school itself, I just felt bad for that school, to be very honest. George Harvey was a very highly alkylate school because there was the mechanic, the shop, they had a lot of like
Wait,
Good stuff.
they had
stuff.
wait, they had mechanic
But
shop.
it's
yeah, they
That's
had a mechanic
neglected.
shop.
It's
It
probably
was very
neglected,
much
though.
nobody was taking the time. There's probably no funding.
That's
Certain
probably-
things that contribute to the way that school ended up shifting. I mean, if you take away from anyone's ability to actually go and do shop and or work on a body of a car.
Right, yeah. Cause Central Tech had that. I
Right.
thought Central Tech was the only school that had that.
No.
I don't know.
George Harvey.
George Harvey had that too.
I know a few people who actually was at George Harvey when that was there.
I
Yeah.
don't know anything about that.
Wow,
Like,
I don't know that. That's
Mm-hmm.
you're giving me info. Like that's
I don't know. It's a very sad situation, though.
nah, but like yo,
it is a sad situation that's happening.
they said they said there's fights like every day. You go in the washroom and it's just bare people in the washroom.
Yeah.
Like, yo, hey, you're
Bullying
hailing.
Fight
was
clubs.
You're hailing up people.
intense.
And that's the thing. Back in our day, fights weren't like. For a fight to happen, like it's very spontaneous. When it happens.
yeah.
But when the fight is set up, everybody knows where to go.
It's organized. Yeah.
It's like you just see a trail of people just walk in and it's like, what is Terry Fox run? It's like, no, there's a fight away from everybody, away from school premises. You have to come off school premises.
Right.
Yeah, because if you're on school premises, then
It's more problematic and fights
You're
be
gonna get
going off.
arrested.
People,
So the one, I think the one fight I think we all know of. I'm not gonna say the too much details. What happened is, like you were talking about, spontaneous, right? And then when I'll call that person the referee, or no, the promoter. So when the promoter, what happened is
he went around the whole school.
he went around the
He did
whole
a lap.
school.
And by the time he came back,
This was like last period too. So last period, he said, "Oh, you two are gonna get it in. All right." He speeds walk out the classroom. We're looking like, "Yo, where's you going?" I was like, "We're paying attention to the class." Bell rings. The first contestant, I should say, I'm gonna name names. The first contestant was like, "Yo, I'm gonna mess you up," and then he walks out the classroom. So everyone starts going, "Oh," so everyone's following through. Yo, by the time we get to our stairwell, right? We look and it was just like, it was just a sea of people.
People parked their cars on the side of the street.
That's how it was organized. Everyone was just marching to the park. Boom, 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 boom. They get to the park.
That's literally like an army Avengers scene when everybody just runs in.
that's crazy.
Everyone, the circle, like everyone just formates a circle. Like it was so the contestants didn't show up yet. So
So the spectators did?
the spectators
They
came
did
first.
He had a live entrance, walking through the entrance and everything.
That's hilarious. The bypass line.
Bypass through, people split the seas. You see the two contenders ready to go in and start fighting. I remember, like, I wasn't even in that class.
That's what
I
I'm
just
saying, yeah.
remember, the funny thing is, I was there from the origin. Like,
Right.
I was there, I seen how it started at lunch.
Okay, yeah, I
I
remember you
was
telling
there
me. Yeah,
when
yeah.
it started. Like, the whole problem started at lunch. And I remember just being like, oh, no.
This-
Because I broke up that one.
oh, okay.
I broke up that one because that was they're fighting. Like someone was going in, tussling, or they tussled into the street, and then I pulled them off the street, and then honking and all that stuff.
Right, yeah.
But well, basically, long story short, someone's family member saw what happened,
Right.
and that someone family member was a yard man, and they say, "Yo, go deal with the thing after school."
Right.
So it's not even like he doesn't matter how now the person had a battery in his back from a family member.
From a ooh, that's wow.
But
He really got back.
so
Wow.
I just remember it was like a weird, like honestly, to like dramatic effect. I remember getting out of class, and basically it's just a crew of all of us. We used to be like we used to par after school and whatever.
Yeah.
I remember it just feeling like a dark day because people were just walking. You heard the walking.
You heard the
like the little. You heard the names and the conversations.
the chattering.
Oh yeah, it's about to go down. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, people are going in their locker.
Like
drop bags, close it off because they're gonna come back.
They're gonna come back. Yeah.
So people from other schools that literally just showed up that day that we knew, they were like, yo, you came to a good day.
Like wow.
You should have been a good day today. And then
Yeah.
And then, we're there. Thing goes off. Fight breaks out. Cops show up. Yo, I never ran so fast in my life.
Yo, I did the Godfather thing.
And
I just walked at a normal pace. I didn't run. I didn't slowly. I just went at an average pace.
Because
everyone just zipping by me. One of the contenders ran past me.
All I remember is the police show up and they drove onto the grass. And then all I could remember is when I seen that, I just turned around and started running. And I ran into my brother's house. But the funny thing is he wasn't even at the house yet.
Right.
So I just ran, closed the door, and then everybody started running, going like, what? I don't even know you. Well, he was running too, but he got over, showed up. He's like, okay, well, everybody's here.
Right.
Walked back. Cops showed up. Principal should have walked through to see what's going on, and nothing really happened. Well, people found out after, but nothing's really happening after that. That was a crazy. That was a young. That was a
lot. A lot happened that day. But this, I don't know. Just to wrap up the York thing, like, I don't know, man. Like, they're the teachers and like principals are in a jam right now. They're just like, yo.
They have a hit list, bro. You didn't see it?
Yeah. Yes. The teachers had a hit list for the teachers.
Yo.
I hate them.
Scratching them off the list.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, like I'm telling you,
some kids can't get suspended for some reason. You heard about that too?
Well, wait. What do you mean they can't? Like it's.
The article I said, like, they can't. Some students like you say you suspend them, right?
Yeah.
The higher ups are saying they can't get suspended. That's why it's in the article.
According to the article.
So that's why the teachers are bad. Are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the only way I think of that is
that's a behavioral thing.
That's a behavioral thing.
You as a teacher, what have you done to exercise and exhaust all your options for the betterment of this child?
Yeah,
wow. They just throw it back on like.
But the teachers don't feel safe because they're
getting
attacked.
They're getting mosh up out there.
That's not safe. Even to like, I don't know. It just sounds sad.
Now, these kids like they're gonna make a movie of these. These kids are well coordinated, bro. Mm-hmm. Who's their leader? Well coordinated.
Who is the leader?
That is crazy.
It's real. Like who's organized?
That's gonna be a wicked Netflix series though.
What?
York Memo?
No. The city, the school streets or school something,
School something.
The school connections or whatever. Like
it could be just about Memo too, because. Or no, that whole.
Could be the merge of it.
The merger, yeah, just.
But I mean, how is that any different from when you and I were like kids?
No, but like, organized.
Yeah, we were organized.
We were organized. Like we were kind of organized.
We were organized. So basically, this is what I'm getting. York Memos, academics and accolades, and the ability to figure out systems and implement systems, combined with the street thinking, the hardships, the lives, and the restrictions of money, and even maybe a little bit of poverty, combined together has created this monster.
I mean,
that we are now seeing.
And then you have teachers and TAs that are still trying to get their money because you got to pay up those people. That's danger pay.
That's I mean,
danger pay. The man said
it is danger. No, it is danger pay. Like,
when kids,
my question would be like, what are the teachers doing?
They're giving up.
I never thought of the day like that. It's our regular things that teachers are getting beat up by students or oppressed by students. Like, I never thought to do that.
I mean, back in the day, that was probably very regular.
Cuss them out, yes. Cuss out to be like, yo, you can't talk to me any type of way. Yes.
Wait, we grew up though.
But to be pressed, like literally saying, I want to slap a teacher.
That's what I'm saying. I can't even think of a classroom. Other than a classroom where like.
You could say, I hate a teacher. Some teachers would be so racist or racist. You're like, yo, that teacher's racist.
Yo, that's a whole
I hate that person. But not to slap or
Like an actually like I'm
you do
gonna.
that to the parents to come to the school and deal with the matters.
That's crazy. I feel like we grew up in two different like schools then, because I've seen and witnessed that.
You saw,
But wait.
you saw kids get punch out teachers. I see teachers got
Yeah.
caught in the crossfire.
I've seen kids back in when Fairbank was Fairbank.
Okay.
I've seen kids like come throw desks, throw chairs at teachers.
Yo,
I've seen a teacher actually like, restrain a child. Yes, like
Like break up a fight or
break
like,
up a fight, hold a
different.
kid down.
No,
Like,
but I was thinking more like
They going after teachers.
like like you.
yeah, I remember being in a classroom where the teacher was like, she left because of my class.
Yeah, but this is different. They have like a list of teachers that they're gonna attack.
Like that's some organized like
Off.
that's some organized like.
Yeah, and I was in a classroom one year where that was a thing.
Nah,
so
it's
I
probably
do
spontaneous.
understand.
It's probably spontaneous. I don't think it's like a hit list.
Like
No, it was pretty organized still.
The only thing I could say was not spontaneous was when it was like, oh, supply teachers coming in. Oh,
That's-
that's game over.
yeah, if you're a supply
We're not
teacher,
learning nothing today.
I mean,
Yeah.
apologize for my younger self, but hey, look, if
Facts.
you're a supply teacher,
I mean, like, mind you,
whatever.
The only supply teacher I rated was Mr. Burger.
but then that's
Mr.
the thing. This is the other
Then I
thing.
came
Like,
to-
how
I know he was
far
blonde.
how far are these like assaults, and then how far are these verbal assaults and threats?
How far?
Yes, how far? Because like, I mean,
Someone's
for
getting
example,
Donkey Konged in the washroom. A teacher comes into the washroom, says, "What are you doing here?" Someone Donkey Kongs them.
And that could be the plot. Insinuate a fight, and
No,
then
I'm
when the
laughing.
teacher comes, you deal
I
with
ain't
the
laughing,
teacher.
hold on. I ain't laughing. Wait. Someone gets Donkey Konged,
What happened to the hall monitors?
and
they can't afford them. What are you talking about?
Are you serious?
it's either,
That's a part of. They're not. Listen, when people don't understand school system and school
remember-
systems and structures,
I remember our hall
then you
monitor,
understand. When they were talking, the
One of-
recent
oh, just
strike,
which
for
one?
the
example,
big one, plumber, I think.
yeah. Okay, Mr. P.
saw
I'll call
Mark the
Mr.
other
P.
days actually. But when they say additional staff, hall monitors are a part of additional staff. So when they were doing their
Okay, I didn't.
social worker, counselors, hall monitors, office admin, those are all additional staff to a school. So when they went on strike, those are all the people that they're advocating for.
Oh, see, that's. And if those people leave and they go, okay, you didn't pay
Exactly.
us for
I
one,
remember back in our
That's,
days, no
So
one would ever try our hall monitors when I was there.
right?
The hall monitors, the first year I was kind of, you can get away. The second year, you're like, nah.
Okay,
Day 10, I was like, yo,
yeah. So okay,
that hall monitor is different.
so the first hall monitor, I don't know what was his issue. I can't even say his issue in the pod, but when he left and then the new one came in, that's when people would try him, but they wouldn't try him like that though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't physically like this guy's like a tank. Like you're not gonna throw a fish at him. Like are you crazy? Like huh?
That first year I got into a fight. I didn't worry about that hall monitor. But it was spontaneous. The hall monitor that fight was so quick, it even like, the hall monitor didn't even show up.
Yo, that's hilarious. He wasn't even there though.
He wasn't even there.
Yo, he wasn't even there. Nah,
You know why? Because
he wasn't there that
it
day.
was literally a fight literally in between classes.
Right, yeah.
So no one really knew what had happened. But it happened.
It happened, yeah.
But I do not promote any violence. You know, that was my younger self. If I was then, I would have never fought. But at the time, you know, I was fighting for survivor. I was sick and tired of things, and I had, you know, temper issues that I didn't know how to deal with. But I have grown, and yeah, let's just leave it at that.
I can't lie. Are you inspired by Kanye?
This is the whole concept right now.
Okay.
There's the whole parody, the satire that I'm doing.
You should seriously answer like, no, I feel different today, and you just have it on. Just
So you've been letting some wild stuff fly, basically.
I'm not gonna let that wild stuff fly, or maybe I do make wild stuff fly.
So you're a fan of Hitler.
hey, wait,
Oh,
whoa,
no.
wait, whoa,
Why would you take the mask off?
whoa.
I am not a fan of Hitler. This is simply just a comedic.
Why did
Whoa.
you do that? Relax.
Oh. You know what's funny? What you just did? I like how you said it and then put it back on and just went. Yo, I'm not a fan of dude. Still, he's evil. All right, back to the match.
All right, now, okay.
Yo,
All right,
yo. When we get to this part, yo, the way I'm gonna go in.
we might as well get to it right now.
Like,
Look, for the exit, look. I don't know how they're going to support the teachers, but support them. Hey, man, if they got to expel those kids, expel them.
They didn't talk about bringing the police in, but people are like, no, don't bring the police in because they're going to make it worse.
yeah, charging minors for what? Especially if they
Because
can't.
because they've been I think they're filing like things.
things on them,
and then
yeah.
they're confiscating it. And the mans are like, yo, give me back my dime bag.
Yeah.
And I'm going to deck you in your face. I need to, maybe.
Give me back my dime
This is
bag.
all alleged.
That is a crazy lyric right there, man.
Like, give me back.
They're trying to take away their phones and like, nah, give me my phone back.
Yeah, you can't take, man.
Confiscating phones.
Confiscate is not even a word to even. That doesn't even happen anymore. I don't think so.
Huh.
That used to strike fear in people's hearts, and now it's just like, oh, you're not touching my things. You're not taking my things away from me.
Right. It's just straight up like, right.
It just shows the generations are changing.
Well, I was gonna say, why don't we throw the conversation to, instead of York, let's go west.
Oh, okay.
Kanye West. This is a Kanye inspired thing that are going right now.
This is probably day 36 of his first series of tweets. I'm sure it's been 2 weeks right now, no?
That they blocked him? No.
No, the day like...
Just a downhill.
No, like... No, both of those, but like...
Why is it downhill?
Wait, hold on, we're gonna get to it. Wait, we're gonna get to it. Hold on. But I was saying, this is like this happened, 2 weeks ago when he did the first series of tweets?
Yeah.
Probably 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. Now,
He came back with another tweet.
yeah, he's,
Well, his most recent tweet that surfaced up and made so much noise was the Star of David with the swastika symbol in the middle.
in the middle.
He just lost his mind.
Oh my gosh! Like, there's nothing wrong with this image. This is the part that I'm trying to understand.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay,
That was
I'll give you a
Nerdzy's take.
Yeah.
That was the
No,
Nerdzy.
but the swastika was never ever considered a harmful. It was never considered a harmful tool,
I have a story about that. Actually.
and it wasn't a symbol that meant anything regarding a group of people. It had no symbolistic attachment to anything, person, place, or thing.
Right, until late 1930s, 1940s, that's when...
And then that was the other thing, where it was shifted and reversed.
Okay.
That's the part,
So
yeah.
it's very important that people recognize that.
Okay.
Right.
There's another part we need to recognize, though. I'll say this, because I remember seeing the swastika for the first time, and you always heard it's at Hitler and all that. So I didn't know that information until I moved to Brampton. Because I remember I just moved to Brampton.
Right.
I opened my bedroom window, and I seen the swastika on someone's window.
Oh, whoa.
But it wasn't the swastika.
But
it was the actual
like
peace and good, whatever it's called.
It's a swastika.
Yeah,
That's what it's
called?
called.
It's still called,
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it's
It's just-
called. It's
okay.
called a swastika.
And then it meant like whatever it meant. Because
Right.
it was shaped or turned another way.
Yeah.
That's the key part. That's the
At
key
first
part.
I was
Yes.
cussing. I'm like, what the hell is this? We have
The
racist
man's there
neighbors.
saying, "Oh my
We have
gosh!"
racist neighbors. Why you over here? Like, I was just stressing. But it wasn't that. It was meant this. Now, in regards to Kanye, based off of the things he said, you're telling me that he had a good intent posting that?
I mean,
My man lost his
no. It may not be a good intent. It may be petty. It may be to throw shade. Yes,
But that's not okay. It's still killing.
but the actual symbol itself is not. The whole thing altogether is not a threat. He put a swastika, as you just said. You were thinking that your neighbors were racist, but no, it is actually it means, in the actual meaning of it, good fortune and for wellness. So if it means that, and that's inside the Star of David, it's wellness for the group of people.
And
That doesn't have anything to do with any threatening parties.
I think he went a little smooth brain on that.
You really,
How?
Hold on.
Yeah, that's
you
a
really
little
think
smooth brain,
Kanye
like-
had a
So
good
if that were the
intent?
case, there would be a whole group of people who would be out of this place.
Hold on.
If that were the case.
You really believe Kanye had a good intent posting that?
I just said that.
I don't.
He
believe
was
it.
petty. I said I don't think his intent
What
was.
what was wrong with what Kanye said?
No, what he posts.
Like the
I don't think there was
the
anything
post that
wrong
got
with
him
it.
I
banned.
feel like it's
yeah.
a double-handed thing he's doing. Like
I think he was being
it's-
petty. That's what I think he was. It was one of
What did he
those.
post?
He posted a swastika inside the Star of David. So, if you guys see, that was why Elon Musk had blocked him from being able to be on Twitter.
yeah. But I don't know.
I don't think that was smart. I don't think it was a smart idea.
So what do you think what he said on Alex Jones?
That's okay.
I feel like he's losing his marbles. I feel like
What was wrong with what he said?
man said, I love Hitler. And for
Or
me,
he
No,
seemed
that's not the full sentence.
okay, I don't remember the full sentence. That's the take I'm hearing. But for me,
No, so you didn't hear it.
hold on. Let me get to it. When it comes to Kanye, it's not what he says. It's his approach. That's the problem.
Alright, so what was wrong with his approach?
Bro,
I mean, if we want to talk about it, I want to hear your opinion.
my opinion is the fact that when it comes to Kanye, it's not that he's saying basically some of the things that I believe what Kanye says is true. But how he goes about it is it's too out of the element that it's like how are you gonna say something offensive on one side, speak the truth again, and then be offensive again? It doesn't make any sense. People are gonna come at you for what the offense you're saying.
right.
It's not about what you can speak truth anytime you can say, you know what, we need to 1 + 1 is 2, but 2 plus 3 is 7. People are gonna look at that and be like, that's wrong.
Right.
But 1 + 1 is 2. They're not gonna hear that.
They're
They're not gonna hear that stuff. They're gonna
Yeah.
hear what you're saying, and they're gonna be like, yeah, this guy does not know shit, or he's losing his marbles.
Mm-hmm.
And when's the next album gonna drop?
And what when's the next album? That caught me off guard.
Because usually
Coming
when
in,
something
coming in.
happens,
So what he said was, people try to dictate a narrative, right? So with Hitler, right? He was like saying, Hitler did some good. He made the highway and he made a microphone. Obviously, Hitler did way more.
A lot of
He
like
killed 6
yeah,
million people in
yeah,
the Holocaust, right? And through gas chambers, horrible way to die.
yeah.
But he's saying that like people will say whatever you did in your life, they don't speak on the good and the bad. They'll just say one thing,
Or they go-
and that is who you are.
One or the other. Yeah.
But
So
you know, it's like when you go to war, and then the victor writes the history. They don't give an accurate depiction of
What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
So that's what his point is.
but here's
Yes.
the problem though. Google who made the microphone.
Google who made
Who made the microphone? Let me see. We do your research on the show.
Listen.
Google who made the
Who
highway.
invented?
Listen, that's already another comment that I've already made before. But continue.
Hold on. So who invented the microphone? Let me see.
He said Adolf Hitler. If he's right,
So why don't you just
he's
start-
right.
Did Adolf Hitler invent the microphone? Did Adolf Hitler invent the highway?
Who's
And
the?
what's funny is you should see Alex Jones' face when he's saying all this.
Alex Jones was kind of like, well, the thing about it, Alex Jones already says crazy stuff,
And that's the thing.
and he's looking at it like, wait, wait a minute, Kanye. I don't, I don't know. Hold on. Commercial break. So
That's so funny.
So hold on. So according to Google, I guess. So 1877, Emil Berliner filed a patent for a microphone, the carbon microphone. Alexander Bell, who only a year before had invented the telephone, recognized the practical importance of Berliner's technology. So he bought the patent for $50,000, a huge sum at the time. But the person that says invented is James West.
right.
Right.
And this is the part that throws me off because it's like, this is the thing about like.
Oh, hold on, sorry. Just to backtrack, when I file a patent for the microphone, right? So the inventor of the telephone was Thomas Edison. So okay, so yeah, sorry, continue.
But the thing about like this whole like just as a whole that I listen to all these different stuff is like, what is the real truth, and how it's being said? Like, who is it being said by, and why is it being said? Because there's obviously narratives, there's obviously intents, but as much as Kanye, yeah, there's certain things that I could say, oh, Kanye is opening the gates on certain things, but at the same time, it's clouded by like the shit that he's like that's offensive, or the shit that's like crazy at the same time.
Right.
So I could be telling you guys anything. I could be like, yo, what can I say?
Like the theory I played with in the 2020 episode where I'm like, yo, all this green soylent thing is homeless people. You guys are eating homeless people. It is. But then I'll say something truthful mixed in with that. So then when people like consume my content, they'll be like, wait a minute, what do you?
It's made by science. It's like, oh yeah, science.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's made by science though. It's like, yeah, it's like, but it doesn't mean it's
right.
You know what I mean? And the thing about it is like, man, like it's kind of stressful to see how it's going. Like, it's stressful to see.
I know it's stressful, but
Why you say stressful?
Because it just seems like it's just going down. I just see it going down like this. He's just going straight. Like, I feel like, oh,
he's having a.
I can say whatever I want.
He's doing a one-man crusade against.
This guy said, he said, I can say anything I want and Adidas won't drop me. They dropped him in
and they
24
dropped
hours. Like, it's like.
But that was the goal. He wanted to get out of his contract.
But why would you start? Like,
that's
the thing which I get.
That's an ill way to leave.
But it's just very like, I don't know.
Somebody's taking all your designs and all your hard work and then trying not to pay you. Wait, getting off the contract is a win.
But at the same time, he's the same guy that says he needs those people.
Earlier, yeah. You don't have the answer, Sway. But then he ended up saying Sway had the answer.
And that's the part that it's like...
Yeah, it's like how that's what black people love to do. They just like to compare you. You said this and you can never change. Like, you gotta be able to, like, if it's not working for you, you gotta be able to, like, maneuver.
But at the same time, if someone is telling you from before, though.
Before what?
Like, when Sway's telling you from before, like, hey, you're an influencer. You could do this on your own a long time ago.
Right,
Mark Eccles said this a long time ago when he was going through that whole situation.
Right.
He said it. Mark Eccles said, hey, you don't need the gatekeepers when you already have the influence.
That's a fact.
You're already an innovator.
He's like, no, I need the corporation. I need this and that. And he did it. And he had success. And he's like, yo, Sway had the answers. I could have done it myself.
Wow, that's...
And that's the harsh reality of things.
But that's sometimes, you have to go through it and experience it to be like, you know what, I could have done it easier. But that's everything is 20/20 in hindsight, right?
If you can,
At the same time...
But before, like, going through it, you don't know.
Right, that's...
It could go either way.
Yeah, because although you can, like, learn from others, not everyone can learn from others. Yeah.
Teacher, right?
No,
yeah.
Of course.
So,
of course.
Now, while this is happening, too, Balenciaga now, that thing...
Whoa, I missed what happened. What was the sum up?
Oh, no, I'm weaving it in right now.
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
Because while this is happening, and they're saying, like, pay attention to Ye and what he's saying, the Balenciaga thing now, someone's looking there like, why are their pictures weird? So then they go through their catalog, and you see all these weird pictures of like
and with the BDSM doll.
And you're just like, what?
And then the paper that had like
the court case.
The court case.
A paper.
I guess to lessen it, or it's different jurisdictions.
Wait, hold on.
And then there's a book.
Hold on a minute. Wait. There was a paper.
There was a paper that, like a document on the paper
on a case.
Yeah.
On a case, okay.
So.
And how it's like even though they got convicted, it's not a lot of time.
Yeah,
which is
A lot of time.
Yeah,
Compared to,
but then they end up being a public everything. So all your information now is publicized. So you're in a constant jail. It's just not in a jail cell.
in a way, yeah, because you have to live in a certain neighborhood too, and you have to register and.
Yeah. Every time you move, you're on public file. People can look you up. Everything.
It's like that, yo. I don't know if everyone here watched Black Mirror, but it's that episode where White Christmas, where the guy ended up getting inside his head and solving the murder. What happened with his thought of to be daughter, his girlfriend, whatever. So he finishes the deed with the people because it's a favor from the detectives or whatever, right? But they're still like, well, yeah, but the bean that we're using, because in the universe everyone is using a bean that records information. It's your camera, it's your everything. It's like a cell phone implanted in you. But the deal was, you get this guy to confess, and then we'll see what you do with your crime. Because his crime was he watched like a sexual activity in the series, and a murder happened. And the thing with the bean is, he was a dating coach, so he could be with his client, and then he'll tell his client like what to do, like what to say and everything.
Right.
And it's, Black Mirror did it nice too. And you see a window screen, and you see other people in the chat. So think of it as going to Instagram Live, but this is implemented in me, and you can see it through my eyesight. So if I'm going on a date, everyone in the chat could see it. And everyone can talk to me. Obviously, they can talk to me internally, but they can't hear what's going on outside. So while it's happening, dude end up getting killed on the date. So basically, he witnessed a murder. But people in the chat were going before that because they were seeing how the girl was acting and then whatever, right? So because he saw a murder, he tried to flee the house. They convicted him, and then the series goes back and forth with the guy who's figuring information out, and then his story. But at the end, they were like, yo, well, you're either going to do life in prison, because he thought he would get off scot-free, but like, no, you're either going to do life in prison, or you have to register as a... And in that world, you're glowing red. So everyone that has the beam implemented in them, anytime someone's in that world, it's red. So I connect this to what Z says, and saying even though they don't do enough time, the minute you're out, there's a red beam on you. You have to go to this neighborhood. You have to register as this. Anywhere you're moving, like.
But I think in that document, I think they're trying to lessen that, or like lessen the charge on that type, for I don't know what their reasoning was. You already heard it like 3-4 years ago of like, they're trying to put this in a group of like...
Ugh, trying to join the group.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah.
You've heard these type of things. But here's my thing about the Balenciaga thing that just doesn't make any sense. And this is the thing.
Commercial shoot.
It's a commercial shoot. These things have to be approved.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of eyes on it. They can't just say they can't just say we don't know, or it slipped through us.
Or like a higher up has to be like, a higher up has to be like, yo, I approve this, and none of you guys have a say.
Right.
Like there has to be some type of accountability when it comes to those type of shoots.
I think what they did so far is they just deleted all the posts, and right now I think they're just trying to wait it out. Right.
And I don't know, when it comes to social media, sometimes that usually works because people are on to the next issue.
I told you. A lot of mans are cheese that they can't wear the $2,000 shirt.
They're Balenciagas.
What's the guy's name? Omni Hellcat. I think he took all his collection and
burned it.
Which is, yeah, but you gave him the money already. You might as well. A bigger FU would have been just donate it.
But who's gonna want to walk around in a Balenci?
Well, someone will. No, someone will.
Still?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
People are like,
yo.
But that's.
You wait till Balenciaga goes back on another media campaign and everything. They rebrand and their images back to positive.
I feel like they're like.
People are fickle, bro.
Yeah, no, it's true. People are
people pick and choose.
People, and that's
No,
it.
they love the kids today, and then the next day they're like Jordan and say.
And that's the thing.
Right.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. I feel like there's a scale and there's a stock when it comes to like what we want to stand for, and it changes from year to year. Like it'll be like,
you give it year to year. I'll say
or time to time or whatever's trending.
I'll say week to week.
And the funny thing is, you don't hear much backlash about it.
Yeah, there's Beyonce. Yeah, you're not hearing backlash really about this.
You have Kim K saying, "Yeah, they did something wrong, but I spoke and we had a discussion." And
his ex-wife, Kanye's ex-wife.
And then it's like now it's gone to a place where it's like I've been in a place now when I accept these situations and I sit here as an individual, try to understand these situations that's been going on in my life.
Are you speaking as
As Kanye.
That's a good That was funny. That was funny.
As I sit here and I come at these groups and communities of things, I like drill music. I like it. I like drill music. But I also like our societies and the communities, our black communities, to do better. But I like drill music that says kill our communities, kill our black men, kill our situations. I sit here and I say we got to do better as a people.
Wow,
but then at the same time,
that stutter was crazy.
What?
I associate with trap music. I get sturdy at home.
You get sturdy at home.
I get sturdy. I got knees. I
have knees. Okay, what's happening?
I get sturdy.
I've been so out of this conversation.
So the statement, what I'm trying to say is, sorry, what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to these situations, it seems like when they're ready to bring backlash for certain things, they come hot and heavy. Crazy. We got to do something about this. All you guys join in. We got to do something about this. But when you have situations like this and you hear a hush, you don't hear that much backlash. It's very quiet for a lot of these people that we, have as influencers and representatives and celebrities and all these other things. It's kind of scary.
When they don't say anything, except Kim K so far, I guess.
Kim K didn't even say
anything.
anything.
And she didn't really say anything
She said that she addressed it. She acknowledged. She went to the people and talked to them themselves. Hey, let's have a sit down. Tell me. Really? No, she said she had a conversation with them and they're like, oh, we are very apologetic and sincere about everything and we are so sorry that we did that. And
it's like,
yeah. And she's like, that's enough for me.
Yeah. She's like, are you one? No. Okay, well, new edition's coming out next week. Okay,
wow,
cool.
Wow.
Great. Let me know when the campaign starts.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, it's affecting their money, right?
And they're suing the third party. The third party's probably like, wait, what? You said to go. You said it was a goal.
You said, got me stuttering. The third party could have said that too. Like, but you told us we were following your orders.
Facts.
Right.
Well, like, even when these backlashes and things happen, I think about like H&M when they said the coolest monkey on earth. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
And they showed, and they showed the
where are the people child. Like we need more diverse people in the room to read the room. Like in these high ups things where
I can't even talk. They needed that.
It's called a diversity committee.
Yes.
Diversity.
I think it needs to be more diverse.
But an actual
actual one.
Like
not a one that's not a yes man.
But that would say that certain attitudes and ideas are accepted.
I mean,
in order for that to exist, they have to be open to the contrasting attitudes and ideologies. Because if, for example, how do we ensure that we don't have You're going to need somebody who's very much an advocate of...
Right.
But if everyone around you is
clearly
looking the opposite,
looking the other way, I mean,
then you're going to have an issue. You're going to need a rep for a lot of things. All advocates.
And I think it's best to have a rep for a lot of things. But obviously, when it comes to these type of things, some things they're going to be more advocate of, some things they're not going to give a damn about.
That's politics.
And then I guess they learn from the backlash. It's either they learn from the context or whatever, what the conceptualize. What do you say, conception?
Well, context is one, but
that other word, that other big word. I don't read big words.
What's the meaning? What's the meaning?
I don't like big words. I only use the big words that I know that I heard from other people say.
That's wild.
Like defamation?
Yes.
Wait, you just hear a word and you start using it, but you don't ask Google what the definition is.
Of course, that's just what it is.
What?
Like actually, this establishmentarianism. I don't know what that
Wow.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I don't know what that is.
Wow.
I use big words like frog, ball, book, dog, cat, fish, hair, cup, music, beat, sound. And even beats are complex. There's a lot of beats. Trap beat, pop beat, R&B beat,
hand beat,
tambourine beat.
I like that.
Hand beat. But at the same time, I just feel like you said, there's gonna be a scale of what we're gonna be mad about and stand by. We do not stand for this.
But that's politics. That's all politics. And how many times have I been saying to people to learn their politics on the podcast? How many times? Like,
I'm sorry, I don't know what politics are.
Well, it is the ability and power, the ability and foresight of power.
Event 2024.
This guy.
Event 2024.
This guy skipped the whole year. Holy.
Event 2024. What is it? Wait, what's the
next election? It is 2024. Yeah.
Event 2024.
Trump's probably running again. I see DeSantis is running. Kanye said he's running. So that's.
I wouldn't be shocked if he won, though.
One?
Like I said before,
I wouldn't be shocked.
I think
he's talking to everybody who is right now not considered a position in power.
I think he's a distraction still.
To what?
Well,
to split the votes.
To split the votes?
To split, I feel like it's like there's two powerhouses, and then he comes in, and it just goes like...
Oh, just splits it.
But one powerhouse is very strong. Like, you know how one thing, there's two strong fan bases.
Yes.
Right.
Like, okay, there's Rodgers and Bell. And then let's say Tellus comes, and they take their people, and they get hot and heavy, but Rodgers is still strong.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that stand by Rodgers. Or there's some people that stand by Bell or get tired of Bell because, or whatever, or tired of Rodgers, and then they go to Tellus due to, this is the new wave or whatever.
Right.
But there's a powerhouse here, there's a powerhouse there. And next you wouldn't even know. Sometimes that powerhouse owns the small guy. And
they call that, what's the term called? Controlled opposition. That's what they call that word.
Right. Yeah. And then by the time you look, it's like, I vote for Kanye. And it's like, actually vote for Trump.
It happens all the time. They call it the Bradley effect. So someone's coming in.
You watch wrestling when the guy was an op and then they just join. Shawn Michaels all the time. Y'all be cool and then sweet chin music. We're ops now.
That's actually a law of power. Yes.
That is
is of the 48 laws of power.
Shawn Michaels stayed doing that. Holy.
The Triple H, but sweet chins he caught for no reason. They were buddies or they were ops at one point and then just sweet chin.
But
that's it.
That's like every
and people don't learn.
You're saying Kanye West is like the Shawn Michaels of just.
I don't think he even has a side.
He's siding with the opposition.
I don't think he has a side.
Because there's another group that needs to be taken down.
And Kanye is going to take his sweet big boots that he wears, those big rubber boots, and he's going to sweet chin whoever, and then just,
It's a distraction. Everybody's gonna go there. They're gonna
That
vote
is
for him.
funny.
And
But
then he's like,
distracted from what? What would set the stage? What is he actually trying to be a distraction for?
this is the best example. Like
These high ass gas prices.
I'm gonna give you an example. Remember when Rogers was the thing and then Bell was the thing?
Right.
And then they were like, yo, these bills are too high. The cell phone prices are too high. And then Wind came out of nowhere.
Okay.
A whole heap of people joined Wind. Or like even Fido at the time.
Right.
A whole heap of people joined Fido. Or Chatter.
Right.
Whole heap of people joined Chatter.
But wait, it gets better. Tell them what happened.
Not knowing that Chatter was Rogers.
Not knowing
They
Fido.
didn't pick a side to say join here. They say come here.
Yeah.
And they said, "Zoop." You're funneling into the same thing anyway. You didn't know that.
Fido's Rogers, Telus is Bell.
So so back to Ye. Who is he funneling to?
Republicans probably.
We'll find out. We'll find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Republicans.
Why would it be the Republicans?
No, he no Democrat.
I would think he would be a conservative.
Which is Republican, yeah. I mean, okay.
Republicans
Okay, hold
on
on.
their own.
In a technicality, if you say you're conservative, they assume you're red. Off rip. They don't. I know conservative could be your own, like you're conservative, right? But how politics works is if you say you're conservative or you're liberal, they say, oh, you're blue, you're liberal, or you're conservative, no, you're red. That's how it is.
I swear that's conservatives are conservatives. Republics are not.
Not in a perfect world,
Not
guys.
American.
Not in a perfect world.
You know what? Another thing I know.
Unfortunately, they're just
The reason why, like, I wore this face mask thing because one, I just realized how crazy it is to wear this mask. That's one.
and do a full interview in
This
it.
thing retains heat, fam. A black one too, and they probably have the real like studio lights that are beaming.
That's what I'm saying in that interview. Yeah, he was probably Kanye was doing all kinds of sweating up there. If that was Kanye.
And two, like, I feel like a lot of things are swayed based off a title.
Based off the title.
If that makes any sense. I may be sounding stupid, and I probably am. It's probably brilliant and stuff. But let's say you're going through a situation where people have different takes or whatever.
Right.
Let's say someone likes apples, and I decide to say I like orange.
You're right.
You're an apple hater.
It's like that's not what I just said.
That's not what I said. I prefer to like oranges. It's like, but you never said you like apples. I was like, I never said that.
No,
but
I like apples too,
oranges
but-
more than I like apples.
Yeah, I like orange more than apple.
Why do you like oranges more than apples?
Oh, now I'm getting questioned.
Because I could peel an orange and slice orange. You can't do that with an apple? You're an apple hater.
You're
And I don't like you. And people like you are apple heroes, kill people.
And you're like, wait, what? I just like oranges. What? How'd it get to this?
What's the matter with you?
Look, I just like peeling them. You know, they're orange and stuff. I'm like, no.
Just like you peel the skin off of people's flesh?
And you're like, wait, oh.
Who did that? One person out of 30 million people that like oranges. It becomes a place where it's like a title. People are afraid of a certain title that they get called. And it's like a lot of people is just lack of information, lack of understanding. But hey, pick a side. And if you don't pick a side, something is wrong with you. Because if you can't pick a side, you're obviously an op. Off rip.
You know what's crazy?
That's funny.
Penitentiary rules in effect. Like Kevin Gates used to say. Penitentiary rules in effect.
What?
And one thing they say about prison, you cannot be by yourself. This thing is being treated like a prison. You have to join somebody. It's messed up, but you have to join.
And
you
you
lib.
don't,
So we're going back into that era then.
No, it's been happening for a while.
Yeah.
You can't be.
Individualism.
Yeah, you
but
can't be
that's what I'm saying. It's going back to that era again. When we grew up with cliques. We grew up with knowing that you had to be a part of this in order for you to be the in group or the outcasted group or this group.
Oh,
So,
yeah, no, like okay, yeah, us
growing
growing together,
up.
like yeah, there were definite groups.
Yes. And then it shifted to individualism.
Right, yeah.
Where everyone's a special star on their own.
Right.
Which was the boom of YouTube.
Right. But I think that whole time was an illusion because it really is we're clicked in like
And then now we're coming back to,
no.
and individuality sometimes is like a threat.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then another thing is like,
You don't think like other black people. And you're like, what do you mean think like other black
And another thing,
what does that mean?
I feel like sometimes, like, you hear the term woke. At one point, it was like a good thing.
Right.
But now when you say, like, it depends. I guess it's like how you say the N-word. Depending on who says it, woke can be a bad thing. Woke can be a good thing. You know what I mean? It's like, what's up, my nigga? And some person, I didn't nigga. But it's like, no. There's an offense. And some people, I believe that, like, you know, and that's the thing. Some people, I do think there's a lot of a delusion but they call it woke, and I think you need to go to sleep. I think you need to take a nap.
That's funny.
And sleep, and like just rest your head. Some people, I believe.
I think some people are sleeping already.
Even myself.
Like,
sometimes you shouldn't have a say. I don't have a say to certain things.
Oh.
I don't have some things I feel like I don't have the requirements of saying or speaking about. But
wait.
Sometimes I go through that mindset sometimes.
We said Charlemagne's name in the beginning of the pod, but I'm gonna tie this in like this. Beanie Siegel, when they were interviewing, he kept telling Charlemagne, "You're not qualified." Are you saying you're not You're saying you're not qualified for a certain. What are you thinking? Like conversations, ideas?
Some things, when they say, "Are you a part of this or you're a part of that?" Me personally,
I'm not qualified.
I'm not qualified to answer that question because I don't know what this part is and I don't know what that part is.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And I think it's fair. I think it's fair for people to learn things from both sides and pick a side, yes. But like, if you don't understand what's going on,
then you just
let me just fall back and understand what's going on.
But penitentiary rules in effect, guys. You can't fall back anymore.
You can't fall back anymore.
You have to pick a side. If you don't pick a side, Z, I'm going to say you're the opposite.
And just saying, I don't understand what's going on, things are moving too fast.
Things are moving too fast. It's like, damn, it's only like 2020.
And then they're looking at you like, how is this moving so fast? How do you not like this? Everybody in this here likes this. Oh, look at my community. All these people, we all like this. And you decide to be different. You're the problem.
Damn.
Well, technically, that would be it. You would be the problem.
I didn't even say anything.
But that's the problem. I mean, in that world, that is the opposition.
Another reason why I'm wearing this mask, I don't know where I'm going. Just we were just over here. Now we're over here. Now we're up here. Now we're down here.
Yo. Honestly, I appreciate and applaud Kanye. As much as people want to sit there and like ridicule him and everything. Right. Because you know why I give him praise? It's because he's the first person for anyone to actually have these type of conversations.
As a
black man.
As a post-billionaire, I should say. Or I guess the highest of his high.
Yeah.
I guess someone in the highest of his net worth, yeah. Mm-hmm. For him to be like, and this is before that
I'm kind of losing faith in him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm losing faith. I'm getting very scared.
Why?
I feel like he's going somewhere. I feel like they're gonna kill him.
Jeez.
Okay.
I feel like he's going. He just sounds deranged.
Deranged. Why?
Like you guys think he sounds organized?
I do. I mean, the way he expresses himself may not be the greatest, but he definitely gives me the church metaphors.
I think that's the most important part that throws me off sometimes too, because I hear like, here's the thing. He talks about like the pornography, and I understand what he's saying, because pornography is a serious thing.
Is it? Yeah.
As much as people don't realize, pornography is a serious. I have some people buying up and tying up in a pornography. Mm-hmm. Some people, you tell them to stop, and they say no. No, I am not. No. I watched her by what's it? Tiana Chuck, Jay the Fire, Lacey Duvall.
I said the name.
No, I am not stopping. And some people, they're losing their relationships to it too. Losing their relationships to porn.
That's when you have to get help. Like if you're losing.
Say, you don't want. Let me just go over here and watch You're not giving me and the girl. And then when it's time for you to perform with your gal,
you can't perform. Limp up. Like like you can't finish. It's either you're limped up or you can't finish.
I don't know what complications they have.
No, I'm just saying.
I hear these guys.
I know why. Wait, whoa. It's because yo, like, why are you looking at me? I don't know the complications. I
was informed about these type of situations.
You were informed. Wow.
But I understand where Kanye's coming from, but I think when it comes to like, I don't know, when I hear like certain, like when it comes to like Christians and I hear certain things, they don't talk about just one sin every time though. They talk about like
as a group,
everything.
That's not true. There are days when they speak specifically about one.
Yeah, but they keep the same energy on everything. If he's saying pornography is a thing, and then you hear Balenciaga and he's like, I have no problem with visiting. Like, what did he say?
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me look that up.
He was talking about Balenciaga and the activities prior to it actually coming to light.
And this is the thing that twists everything, because now, out of everything that he said, that part is like, oh, Kanye was right. I told you guys all along.
But he's been right about a lot of things.
But he's been wrong about a lot of things too.
Like what?
The microphone.
Yeah, it didn't really
a
say.
Lot of things, and
it didn't really say
a lot of people.
What part where he was talking about the microphone? Where was
like who invented? Because he basically made a claim that dude invented highways and microphones, but it was like no,
same thing with the George Floyd thing.
What about the
that was high key disrespectful. That
was wild.
That was high key disrespectful. When
But I feel like this is the thing about Kanye I noticed too.
What?
Depending on who he's with, basically whatever Kanye spews out sometimes is by the company he keeps.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you guys know about like when it was Jesus Walks or whatever. He probably believes in God or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like when Jesus Walks come out, that wasn't his shit. That was Ramfest.
Oh, okay, like his ghostwriter.
The whole illusion of that stuff that he carried was Ramfest. And then Ramfest stepped down. It was basically different people that he's always around. Like that's why he can spew out the whole thing about George Floyd. You're buried beside Candace Owens. And that shit wasn't even factual.
Right. Yeah, it seems like, I don't know.
Whoever he's around,
it's like he absorbs it.
Influenced, but he absorbs it, runs out, spews it,
and then people go, hey, what the?
Even when he had that interview with Joe, remember when he was on Joe Rogan?
Right,
he was spewing out a bunch of different things.
Right.
And then Joe Rogan said, wait, come back, stay right here with what you're saying.
Right.
And then he brings up the facts. So you remember he calls the guy, oh, Jamie, can you type in what he just said? And Jamie's like, no, that's not what he said. That's not the facts. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, yes, there's certain truth to what he's saying, but then you have to background check everything because you can't just believe everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's the point. Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, yeah.
That's the point.
Do your field research, people.
Yeah. He talks in metaphors. That's how I feel about Kanye.
But that's the thing.
He's always been talking in metaphors. He's always having you question everything. Everything that is considered the reality or the narrative that you have been fed. He is standing there as the now go and backtrack. Go and fact check it. Every single time. And that has always been his stance. From Jesus Walks. So he has not changed in that manner.
I swear. I swear if our album drops next month.
That'll be the weirdest promo run.
I'm telling you guys.
That's probably the weirdest promo run.
Usually when this happens, this is the first time I've never seen an album drop yet, eh?
What do you mean?
Usually when something outrageous happening, as the album drops like right after.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, it's like Donda, Jesus
this
King.
album might be the most craziest album I've ever heard.
Maybe he doesn't have the money right now. Also, they froze the man's accounts, which I still think is wild.
Well, they did that here with the
truckers.
Truckers, they froze me a trucker people.
Passed
you donated to GoFundMe and they said you charge $5, you can't get to your bank account again.
But they did that after how long before they froze these people's accounts?
Oh, you talking about the time like one? So one is like, okay,
Kanye said
2
one
weeks.
thing. Yeah,
And then
like
boom, it's like he said it and then went freeze it next day. Get your good morning cup of coffee, just go in his account,
Yeah.
just freeze.
But this is the thing.
That's I don't know.
This is the
that's
thing,
wild.
and this is the thing.
How long does it take to process a business thing? Not 2 or 3 days?
This is the problem, and this is the thing we gotta
They
realize.
must
This
have
is-
the fast button. I don't.
and this is the problem we
That's
gotta
the
realize.
question.
Like,
When you, I understand, like it sounds crazy or whatever, but the harsh reality of these things is like every action comes with a counter reaction,
Of course.
and you can't control that counter reaction.
This is true.
And
But
that's the crazy part. Like it's just you see it. He said something offensive. Now, I guess the community has that type of power, or whatever it is. We don't know.
to withdraw.
Or they have that type of, to do whatever they want, and they're doing it because they're offended.
But then,
That's just
okay,
what it is.
But then this is the part where taking precedence is also very important, because then if at any point in time you now have a business or a collaboration with a business, and because you go outside and you say something, whether it's out of misinformation, misunderstanding, ignorance, we as the public are saying it's okay for a company to freeze your accounts and make it that you are unable to live. We as the public are saying this.
Who are the owner of their accounts?
But we as the public are saying that's okay. We're allowing that to happen.
Is there anything in their contract that said they can't do that?
Well, have
I
we
mean,
seen the
that's-
contract? This is the same thing he said himself. He's like, I would like to see, that would be the greatest live ever. I would like to see all the contracts that have ever been given and posted to any of these people, and we all go through the contracts.
know,
But that's what I'm saying.
the last
Like,
time,
we don't know.
But
Someone,
you,
wait,
but
the
you
last
see what
time-
I'm saying though.
Last
Like,
time someone asked for a contract, Ray J, not he asked for it, but he showed the contract.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. I think after that, all of a sudden, like, they were reporting he was suicidal and everything. So
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know. Like I said, Ray J, I don't know. There weren't symptoms of him having mental issues like before. But the minute he went on live and said, "Oh, this is what Chris Jenner did, told us to do." Mm-hmm. Oh, we have a second tape. She told us to hold on to that. But the first tape, oh, that was planned. Mm-hmm. And then a couple weeks later, oh, Ray J's suffering from suicide. And it's like, whoa.
I know people don't believe
Brandy
it, but
came
I
out.
feel like there are some like
I don't know.
some satanic thing going
And basically, to Z's point, if he leaked those contracts and said, "Hey, you're gonna really see him,"
Yeah, because
you're
next thing you
gonna
know,
really see him. Just,
what happens if they're really
Cut.
not allowed to do that? But even then, so I still think it's still wild that this company had the power to do so in that span of time. I think that's wild.
but it's not just him and it's.
Whoever holds the power could do whatever they want.
No,
another- no,
because then that's dictatorship.
I mean, look at the world.
But then this is what I'm saying. As the public, we are allowing dictatorship to sit in front of our eyes, just the same as Balenciaga is allowing to be doing all that stuff.
Yes,
But is that okay?
of course not. But this,
So
but
then-
the problem is
What is
people are using the
What?
fact that an offense has occurred. That's what they're using.
Yeah.
They're using the fact that offense has occurred.
Whether it's true or not.
Whether it's true or not, an offense hasn't occurred.
okay?
Keyword
An-
offense.
An offense has
Right.
occurred.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
go defense.
All right. So
And
where's
So they're, like I said, every reaction is a counter reaction, and we can't control the reaction of what it may be.
you know what I think is the real issue is to show you how much power there is in a company versus the individual.
That's
Well, I
a
mean-
very yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This
If-
man is set up to have billions of dollars, and even as a billionaire, he still didn't have anything.
Wait. No, there's a question beyond Kanye, and I guess everyone in the industry that's like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When they post their net worth, is that really what they have? Is that money theirs?
Net worth is more so the combination of all assets and debts.
Before
Yeah.
taxes or before? That's usually
Just
before
all
things are
assets
getting
and
pulled
debts.
out.
Yeah.
Before anything's getting pulled out.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, just it's like a flash of like what they have. So if they have like 10 houses or just a house in general, right?
I hate seeing my net worth, yo.
Your net worth would be like $1 million because of your
yeah,
house,
because of the value of the
right?
house, yeah.
And then say because you're working whatever your savings account, you have an RSP, it has like $5,000, so you're like $1.5 million, right? But in your debts, maybe you have a loan out on your home itself is $500,000, so your net worth would be 505.
Right. But is it yours though?
It's yours.
Are you sure? Look
Well,
what just
the
happened.
debts part or not.
No, I'm saying. No, my question is like total. Like what? Just like the fact they're saying he's post billionaire now, net worth. Mm-hmm. Was it really his in the first place?
It was probably a loan.
Right. I think my thing is like no one really owns money like that. It's just something happens, they just go, and it's bam, it's just gone.
In the words of Omar,
it's just gone.
In the words of Omar of the Wire, money has no owners, only spenders.
That's really, and the king stays a king. That's 2 quotes for this episode too. Money has no owners, only spenders, and the king stays the king.
I don't know. I'd have to dissect that, but
like a pile of gold. I mean, you could take both your arms and just go like this and say it's mine. But then, if someone overpowers you physically, mentally, whatever, your arms are now open as opposed to clasped, holding the gold, and the gold is still there. Mm-hmm. Someone else comes in and they just go, "Yeah, this is mine now."
Mm. You know, what's the thing I noticed?
This is mine now.
And the weird thing about the old Kanye, which was like,
I'm not even sure that's the old Kanye. I don't think
because this is the biggest difference for me. What it was Kanye, this guy would be like, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
That was a start.
Facts, done.
Right, but
no any further.
Okay.
Now,
Disney doesn't care about you.
Then this, then truth, then this, then offensive thing. The man said, when I wake up, it's DEFCON on. Excuse me?
But wait.
on the Jewish people.
Him even
and
saying,
then coming back and saying, I apologize. It's not all of y'all. You should have went to sleep and not tweet.
You should. So, yo, a lot of people in life, I'm talking to you guys. A lot of you should just take a nap before you tweet.
Real talk.
Take a sleep before you tweet.
Take a sleep.
Walk out.
Good sleep.
What do the kids say?
Grab a Snickers.
Touch grass.
I'm trying to understand how
touch the grass.
What you just said there is any different from now. It's not different.
That's a no.
It's just louder, more extreme now, but it's not different. It's very the same. Very much the same.
Someone has to literally grab Kanye and say, hey man, come over here. Let's go over there.
No, seriously. At this point, I say this.
Come here. The harsh reality is, in this world that we live in,
I don't think he would respond well to that because I think someone already did that.
I feel like he needs a multitude of people.
No, but like,
he's outed that person as well.
He's on a mindset like, oh, it's just out. But yeah, he needs some type of, like, because the harsh reality is, like, when it comes to these situations and when it comes to offense and people and stuff like that, what I realize now is, like, instead of people going to help somebody, they disassociate themselves. Because they don't want to be the person around someone that says something.
Right.
Even if it's right.
Right.
That still needs to be found out.
Right.
I said even if it's right.
Right or wrong, but
right or wrong.
But yeah, the first thing they hear is, oh! And they just...
But some people will support certain things even though certain things are going on. So I guess it all depends on the energy.
It depends on... Yeah.
And how much the backlash will be. And even how much the backlash is, how much you're getting out of it, how much you're tied into it, how much you're a part of something.
I think he absorbed too many people. Too many people said yes to him when it should have said no. No, come here. Sit down. Just...
I am not...
We said it in the other episode. Someone has to sit down with him, one-on-one.
But I can't
let him blurt out whatever he needs to blurt out. Get it all out. Mm-hmm. And then, just when he's about to reach for his phone, after he finishes, be like, Connie, you already said it out loud. You don't got to do that. This person's position is higher than a crisis manager, because he's not going to listen to them. He's not going to listen to the PR. His best friends he's not going to listen to. He needs someone that, like, higher than that like, says, like, nah, you need to
I feel like
chill out.
If the Lord, Jesus Christ Savior, showed up himself and went to him and said, yo, calm down.
Is that at this point? Jesus himself has to show up.
That's funny.
Literally have to be like, hey, you're being offensive. That's not how I do things either.
Wow.
He might not listen.
And that's the funny part.
I'm still trying to understand why is it offensive. We have to define these things, right? Because the reason why I say this, we live in a world in anti-blackness every single day, right? The fact that we make jokes, here's a really big prime example.
Okay.
The fact that we make jokes about the cynicism behind the hard R versus the A.
The soft A, yeah.
From Boondocks. We sit here in a satire of humor about a white man using profanity that would have been lynching a black person. But we don't say anything about that and make it a serious matter.
That was the example I just had.
No,
but that's my point. We live in anti-blackness every day. And you don't see any of us shutting down anybody's bank accounts or anything like that.
Well, we don't really have the power to, but that's a whole nother
This
topic.
is what, and back to...
We don't really have a power like that.
That's...
One thing I could agree with you on, I do believe, like, black love and black, like, support, if black people all held it down together and said, yo, we're all gonna be strong on one narrative or one thing, or, like, literally to help each other, is the most dangerous thing that can happen.
Not to us, but to
the people around
to someone
that use us.
Oh.
Yeah, people who
it's
are...
the most dangerous thing.
Yeah, and I would agree in the sense that those who are profiting off of the idea of the separation or divide and not the collective agreeance among black people, the persons who are benefiting off of that are definitely going to be very threatened by that.
Right. But the problem for me is, and I could say, like, yes, I can say that, and I agree with it, and I believe with it. I entertain and excite over the things that are anti-black that kill us. The harsh realities, I listen to drill music when they talk about certain things. I listen to certain things. Don't get me wrong, I listen to like J. Cole and all these other things. Mm-hmm. But man, like for me, my Spotify Wrapped, I was like, man, what happened to all my gospel music?
Oh wow.
Man said, what happened to the gospel?
But it's because obviously my other gospel music is on my other phone.
Right.
But like my Spotify, like for me, I have like a phone that had like my gospel music, and I would use this like thing for all my gospel. Because of the new phone, I couldn't put in my SD card. So there's only like 4 months of like whatever I was listening on Spotify and whatever.
Right.
Bruh, I have tracks that if I'm like, listen, I have a playlist if I was ready to do a drive-by.
Wow.
I have a playlist if I'm ready to do an affair.
Right.
It's just wow. Okay.
I have a playlist to be like, yo, people are snakes, and you know what I mean?
Right.
That literally us actually influence and do, like not like us personally, but like people listen and influence.
Right.
And people that are not a part of that life are entertained by. And you know what? And maybe that's something for me, I guess in all general, it starts with me.
As Michael Jackson said, man in the mirror.
It starts with us.
Right.
So
I could say that for sure. I can't like deny that.
So if then, okay.
God damn, I'm gonna take this mask off, man.
And then.
I can't believe I had it on for how long?
So then.
I'm awakened.
I'm rolling.
Enlightened.
So if that's the case now, if Kanye is out here talking about those who are
we're back to Kanye. Excuse me.
Yeah, back to him. But if Kanye is speaking out against the anti-blackness and those who are perpetuating anti-blackness,
Right.
and the rhetoric of anti-blackness, and have created narratives on anti-blackness, and he is speaking on those, of course we're gonna see him crazy.
But then goes, I'm gonna kill everyone. DEF CON. Let's let's say we love him, but
Yo, honestly, when you read what DEFCON is,
the same swastika,
bro,
like
DEFCON is a defense, eh?
and then go what
It's
is it?
not an
The
attack,
swastika,
it's a defense.
and then the swastika thing. Throw on the swastika, knowing, not saying that.
It's a warning.
Yes.
It is the first step warning.
Yes, I get it, but understand.
No.
Hold on. The
Context
swastika
matters.
guys. The swastika.
Context matters.
The swastika. You cannot tell me that the swastika was made, like him quoting the swastika was made on good intent, and it was. We already agreed.
I already said, yeah,
But
it was
the
petty.
swastika used for?
It was petty.
What did that signify at that time?
Ask your neighbor.
Well,
I'm not talking. No, I'm talking about what it was signified.
Ask your
Not
neighbor.
before. Not before.
It's
When
still
it was-
today. You're
when it was
you're
Adolf,
present.
You just said
You are present.
You just said I love Adolf Hitler.
right.
He did not say he loved
Okay.
Adolf Hitler.
I like
First off,
Adolf. I like. Okay. Tell me
that's
you
what
said.
he did not say. I like him. He said that he was a. There were things about him that were not likable, and there are things that were likable about him. That's what he said.
And the things that were likable weren't factual.
Yeah, the microphone thing. I looked it up. It's like no,
It's not factual.
But what other things did he like that he mentioned aside from a microphone? What else was said?
The highway, the microphone.
So we're talking about the things that he did.
Both things.
Is
not
that-
factual?
Okay, but was it in regards to actually Germany itself?
Highway.
I didn't even know.
Michael-
Cause even
highway,
even hearing this, I'm just like, wait,
microphone.
what?
Not factual.
Okay, what else did he say he liked about him?
That's all he said.
And I guess he probably said how he was able to galvanize like a country broken because he lost the First World War and he came in and
Yeah.
galvanized the country politically. I guess he was
By
Yeah.
killing people.
but then by
a whole heap of people.
that's yeah.
But was he the reason why they killed?
No, yeah, he was.
Was he?
No, he was literally the reason.
Was
yes.
he? Was he? Or was it France?
Okay. All right, guys.
France as in wait, what do you mean by France?
Let's just.
No, but we're gonna go on history now. We're gonna talk about history, so let's talk about history.
For me, it's getting too deep.
How is it deep?
I'm getting too deep. I need to.
How? But
he-
that's a part of the conversation. If we're gonna sit here and chastise and bastardize certain people, dead people. Yes, I understand a person had ruled a place that had actually conducted a lot of, what's the word? Harm to a group of people. We are currently living through that right now. And we are not having the same level of animosity to the same group of persons who are currently conducting the same things of that same time. So why are we going to sit here and bastardize and chastise one person, even though we are living in today's world, seeing it happen?
Okay.
Why are people being
So-
put into concentration camps over a virus that seems to not have existed, but was actually created in the States?
Because propaganda is still an amazing thing.
Exactly.
It's-
So this is why I say,
It's 'cause
this is
in a-
why I say what I'm saying. He may have been the face,
BS,
he
but-
may have been the voice, and he may have been the person who had helped Germany get their economics up to where it needs to be. But was he the reason why all those concentration camps were invested in and were created, especially when they didn't have no money?
No, they got money from the war, but he was
Yeah, that's
no, he was literally
But
responsible.
That he is responsible for that.
Who gave him the investment?
The bankers.
Who were those bankers?
See now that part we'll say off camera, but the bankers he basically got.
But who invested in
But at
it?
that time, that's at the time.
Basically got it from. Basically, if you're going to war,
wait, hold on.
you get a
No.
loan for the bank.
No.
then you
Was-
go-
hold on.
To go to war,
Yeah.
he was for
At that
the.
time, bankers were deemed like shaky people.
and
at
yeah,
that time.
Yeah. But
So
that's
it
who
was
invested?
propaganda promoted on the fact that bankers are bad people.
right.
And just like in all these other situations, propaganda starts that says, yo, these guys are the issues.
Which that's how you galvanize people.
started.
Yeah.
That's how you gather the people.
But who invested to start that whole ship in the first place?
I
doesn't
don't know if it's a
have to
specific.
It does matter.
It doesn't have to
It
be
does
an
matter
investment.
because
It's literally
America
propaganda.
didn't even have to be in the whole war in the first place. America went and took their people because they just wanted to be in it.
We're at a place where I don't know. I don't know that.
I think they only
I'm-
no. I think they only stepped in because Pearl Harbor really. Because Japan hit the Pearl Harbor and they're like, okay, now we're in.
You just said Japan and the States. Where did Germany come in?
No. So
I'm gonna leave that stuff alone.
No. Hold on.
History, I'm gonna leave alone. I'll leave that to the.
No. So
facts. This is where I say there's certain capabilities and things where I am gonna keep my mouth quiet.
No, because
your history is very important for your current, your presence, and your future. If we are unable to recognize what had happened and how the same games are being played today, and then are going to be perpetuated for tomorrow, how do you stop something when it's already been happening? Somebody already knows the history, and they're like, "Oh, this worked then. Let's see. Do the people now?" Prime example, Balenciaga. Do the people now know what it looks like? Let's see the climate of the people now. Are they going to react a certain way? Are we going to push more buttons of something? It was already happening, and it was past how many generations beforehand? Now, let's see if it's still going to work. Can we push past them today? Will they recognize it?
At the end of the day.
But I was saying, no, he literally started and got funded for it.
By who? By who?
I don't know, but like...
Just the same as COVID was funded, and it was a state thing, and yet by who?
We still don't even know what COVID was COVID. That's the
I think we'll get a... You know what my prediction...
That is a whole different thing.
My prediction for next
year...
How
is it different?
I think...
COVID is a vast concept.
How is it different? How is it any different from AIDS?
I feel like
that's a whole.
I'm gonna say COVID
even the AIDS thing
is a vast thing.
How is it any different? Man-made, generated in a lab, and it was then dispersed.
Like I said,
how is it different?
Like I said, I am not this woke. I am stepping away.
That has nothing to do with wokeness. That has everything to do with reading a book, and this is what they already said black people don't do. All the answers are there.
I personally am stepping away until I find the information I need to find. I am not jumping on a talking point that I know nothing about. That's all I'm gonna say here.
No. But basically, we don't know the exact. There wasn't no TD Bank. There wasn't no Scotia Bank back then. It was just a bank. Anytime you're going to war, you get loans. You get it through taxes, like any means, right? Mm-hmm. Got the money. He did propaganda, blamed a certain group of people, said this is your fault that we're in this.
Who are those bankers?
No, but I'm saying but I wouldn't know a specific. I would have to look it up. But
so you have to look up who are the people who were financially keeping Europe at that time.
Hold on.
And who are those people who were able to distribute due to deposits, withdrawals, and the investments of that time?
In order to do that, I think we're opening Pandora's box, and we can't tonight. We can't tonight. Let's more information and come back if it becomes a thing. Makes no New Year's New Year.
So okay, I'll just say two names: Edwin and Helene Beschenstein. As one of the groups of people that did it.
Like I said.
That invested.
Like I said, we are
in his campaign, because he was a politician, right?
We are opening Pandora's box. Let's leave that box closed. Let's leave it closed for now.
Why are we closing history?
Until because I need to understand and know history. I don't know the history.
What is there? We're going on Google. Open source.
Google is... If Google... Hold on.
Not Wikipedia.
Wait,
not Wikipedia.
No.
Google.
You know Google?
Yes.
You can literally Google the good things about coffee, and it'll tell you.
Yes.
And you can Google the bad things about coffee,
gold
and it'll tell you.
Stole gold.
Right?
Too. Damn, okay.
Is coffee good or bad?
It's telling you both, so it's very neutral. Not standing on a stance.
That answer the question.
Is it good?
Bank of England. That's interesting.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
See, that's what I said.
Like I said, I am leaving this World War II thing alone.
No, but you have to recognize. Listen, there are people who were in this thing to see certain people go that way. If he happened to be the face, he was the face. I'm not gonna sit here and act as if what had happened wasn't a bad thing.
The terrible thing, yeah.
Right? I'm not sitting here to act like that wasn't the case. But I'm also saying there's more to who should also be held accountable. Aside from the one person that is getting all the blame.
My hands
that is it.
My hands are My hands are.
We already know how politics are.
My hands are.
We already know you have to have some form of investment in order for the politics or for that theory of power to move forward. And the certain people will buy into that idea because it's going to push whatever agenda it is that they would like to have done forward.
I do not understand.
I don't think you'll get a name quickly.
The grounds of the capacity of my brain cells. I do not.
I don't think you'll get a name quickly, but basically they're saying bankers. Basically.
So bankers altogether just did not like a group of people.
I don't know if they're... No. I don't think...
You know what you're doing? You know what black Israelites do?
Oh.
Whoa!
Sometimes.
Wait, what?
Whoa! That's intense!
You ever talk to a black Israelite about this?
That is so intense.
You ever talk to a black Israelite?
But you know what?
Unfortunately,
that sounds like
yeah.
you're saying that I'm from the lost tribe, eh?
Hold on. Give me a statement. Give me a statement.
You know, Jesus was blonde hair, blue eyed. You know,
Jesus was blonde hair, blue eyed. How you sure Jesus blonde hair? Have you seen Jesus?
I mean, I didn't see him, but you know, I saw pictures of him.
How do you know your pictures are right?
I mean, Michelangelo painted them, you know, and
who's Michelangelo?
Well, Michelangelo, he's a Italian painter, and
Italian? You're telling me my Jesus is Italian?
No, I didn't say he was Italian. I mean, he was. I said,
that's funny.
I see what you mean.
You're not gonna win the argument. You're not gonna. There's no like. It's just.
But why wouldn't you win the argument?
It's not win the argument, but it's not going anywhere.
It's just like. It's in circles.
Is it?
It isn't. Stop that. you know damn well what you're doing.
Is it?
I'm not staying here all night.
Is it going?
I'm not staying all night with Zaki.
Or is it making you sit down and ponder and actually thinking? Because if the intention is for you to sit there and think, then the goal has been achieved.
I'm saying this is the problem. I said, let me get back to you. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so while you have to get back, we're gonna research here in live time.
No, we are not. No, we are
contributed
not,
to the funds.
We are not doing that. We are not doing that tonight. I gotta go home.
Listen,
cool off.
I think that
you guys are arguing like we're going at it like you're lucky it's just not like a barbershop.
Of course, I would definitely get all the heat.
No.
For sure.
There might be people that believe you, but it'd be hot and heavy in there.
But it's not.
All barber will stop the haircut. Yo!
Stop in the middle of my
Stop the middle of a lineup. Your whole lineup is this year. Forgot the whole middle of your whole lineup because you got people in excitement.
That's funny.
Let me tell you, the German them, man, I tell you. Let me tell you something.
Yo.
And then you have the one person that's in the barbershop that doesn't know. I say, you're smart still. Yes, me understand what you're saying.
No, I remember one time. I remember conversation got so intense. My dad's like, "Yeah, just go downstairs." Just
go downstairs.
He was fixing something in the shop, right? He was fixing something, and then they were getting at it, and Dad's like, "Yeah, just go downstairs."
Someone's gonna
play in the basement. Just go.
Hey, boy, you know what I'm saying? And then they give you the you know how you ever like Caribbean? What is it? They have scent slap. Like they're talking, things like, and it's like a sense slap. Like have some sense. Like you're slapping your brain to work again. Like
you have to think about it, man. Think about it.
But
I mean, it depends on what perspective you're looking at it from.
And that's the problem. And we're fighting. There are different perspectives, and we don't know what perspective is true yet.
I mean,
heaven only knows. Zakia, stop.
What? No, you could figure out what and whose perspective, right? Like you have to think of what the actual end goal is and where they're trying to go after you do X, Y, and Z actions. Yes, right? I was actually thinking about it. It's the same way. Really, it comes down to intention. You have to figure out and pick out what the person's intention. The act itself could be a really great act. If, say, for example, someone comes and picks you up from work and drops you home, right? That's a great act. But until you hear what the intention, why they're dropping you home, will now change whether that act is a good act or not.
Right.
if it was because I want to make sure that you get home, it's a good act. You're like, okay, the intention was really nice. You just want to see this and that.
So when was killing thousands of people a good act?
I'm not saying it was a good act.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. But I'm saying, like, behind it, there are things above us, above our pay grade of people. Right? No, but it's true, right? When you get into a position where you have to now be responsible for a nation of people, and say, for example, this is why stats exist, right?
Right.
Say a group of people do things that are harmful for the majority of people.
The world, yeah.
Right?
Like iRobot, when the man's like, you know what? I could say both of y'all, but the capacity of this person
Right.
no longer. I might have to just
Exactly.
basically button those kids
But
together. in a sense.
you're in that position,
Which is the
right?
harsh reality.
Right. And that's a reality that not all of us have to sit here and live with. But if you are in that position and you have to make those decisions, it's kind of hard.
But something not right.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
On the
right.
receiving end, we're like, well, that's the worst thing you can do. That's like a catastrophe, blah, blah, blah. But in their position, if you had to be in their position to take care of everybody, what would be your decision at that point? Again, I'm not saying that I agree with it.
Right.
But I'm just saying, if we change the way, the lens of it, and not look at it from the perspective of he was just a dictator.
Right.
Because even in his dictatorship, that whole country is like completely different. 180, and they have what? The longest generation of like wealth in comparison to the rest of the world, aside from England.
I'm gonna leave this
Their
part
beer.
alone, like I said, due to
They
my
have a beer that's
mental capacity
that's been
of
like one
these
of those
things. Due to the mental
Generational
capacity,
wealth.
which I do not have, I'm leaving that part alone.
I'm just saying that's how propaganda is.
The moral of the story, if I can find one, is one. When it comes to issues and different issues, we gotta somehow find a way to have the same energy for all. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but the same way people are outraged like this, I think should be an equal amount of outrage for certain things like this.
Oh,
I understand if the scales are, like, there has to be some type of way to
bring it together.
bring it together.
Not everything's equal in this world.
Mm.
And this is what you're trying to make me stay here all night, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that with you. I am not trying to do that with you. I am not trying to do that. I came here early saying, yo, I have to leave at a certain time because I work in the morning. You're here trying to awaken me
Hey, man.
when I should be in my bed.
Listen.
That's a bar.
Didn't you say some people should just take a nap and not be woke?
And I want to be
For
one.
you?
I want to be one. Can I be the person to take a
Who
nap?
just takes a nap?
Can I be the person to take a nap and just wake up? Wait, what's going on here? Oh, okay. All right.
Wait, what's going on here? As soon as you wake up.
Oh, so that's what we're doing now? I thought it was like this. Oh, no? All right. Later.
But you know what? How about this? Okay, we can switch off of Kanye because, you know, Kanye's been a lot. But in other controversies, we can stay west though, but west of Canada.
Oh, just a quick exit. Like,
So, Quest, what was that profile page?
oh,
Black Vancouver.
Black Vancouver.
It's getting hit up.
Right.
Basically, shout out to that podcast. I actually asked the question. Who's the owner of that? Who's the person of the pod?
Which, hold on.
What's that podcast
Daniel
name?
Lay is the person who asked the question.
Sometimes you gotta ask the question. You gotta ask the question.
Sorry, I'm not gonna play. I just want to catch the name.
Of the podcast?
Yeah. So they're the what? THE. So the Dean D
And
Pro-
Provi.
and Provi podcast. Oh,
D
the
and
D,
Provi.
the D and Provi podcast.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself, yo. The one thing I'm gonna say about these type of things.
Who are also
is,
from Vancouver, BC. Ooh.
obviously, I'm gonna say
Oh shoot.
big up to them for what
So
you
the
know.
fact that we're hearing it over here in Toronto,
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
we got it early too.
we're going early.
Oh, they're like 3 hours away, 2 hours.
Listen.
2 hours. I don't know whatever the difference is, but you know, I'm gonna say this. When it comes to these pages, yes, there's a lot of pages that are wild.
Suspect, suspicion,
Wild.
shenanigans,
Like,
conspiracy.
the pages that I follow. Some of them were kind of wild. I did remove some. I unfollowed a bunch of them.
Yo,
Do that. I did. I see something. I'm like, man, why am I following this?
True.
I've done a cleanup with my pages. There's some pages that probably may be problematic, but I don't know because I haven't like swiped enough to like look or whatever. Because some people, you see something on a page, you like it, and you keep on going with your day. You probably don't even see that page because of your algorithm and whatever.
Until it sneaks in your algorithm slowly. Yeah.
And someone could look at it, oh, you follow them? Something's wrong with you.
They
look at you. So, you follow them? Obviously, you're this.
Hold on.
But
so the accusation right now for Black Vancouver is the person that runs the page is not black. They basically, they're...
Or whatever content that they keep putting on is a very bad representation of black men and black women.
Right.
Specifically black women. It was the ungratefulness in those posts.
The problem is a lot of people post things for the mix-up. A lot of people post things for the clout. A lot of people post things for the first response.
Yeah, that really got
a
to
lot
stop.
of people post for whatever thing they're posting for, whatever their motive,
I gotta be first.
Whatever their motives are.
Not right, not accurate. I gotta be first. I have to be first.
Whatever the motive are, whatever the purpose are, whatever people, there's people that follow it, and there's people that watch it. The harsh reality is there has to be a time where you go to the point that you have a choice to follow or unfollow. I feel like, yes, I don't even think people see the page and they get tired of it. And they're like, yeah, then just unfollow.
Yeah, just mute them. You can report their account if you want. I mean,
if you want to do that, just stay away from those type of things.
Right.
Well,
I like that people show the awareness.
Yeah.
And realize like, hey guys, hey,
like,
this have you noticed the pattern of this?
Watch what you're watching. Is basically what they're saying.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's like what you're listening to, what you're seeing. It's still a form of consumption.
Have you guys heard of LSA?
No.
LSA? It's basically like a gossiping website. And they center on like
Lipstick Alley?
It gets deeper. Do you know the person that runs that site is not even
a person of color?
And when you see what's posted on there, you start going,
it's damaging.
Well, who runs the Shade Room? Who runs Hollywood Unlocked?
Hollywood Unlocked is persons of
Spiritual Word. I think Spiritual Word.
The problem. Here's the problem.
Like,
if you really take a deep dive,
who runs these pages?
Of who runs the pages? Who owns these products?
Who runs these pages?
You're gonna lose your mind. I think we're at a place where we gotta, I don't know, really, I keep hearing the words like enlighten.
Okay.
And like, some majestical words like enlighten, be aware, be woke, understand the context and understand the motives and intent of these pages, these type of things. But things I see on social media, you have a page, you see the page, you don't like the content on the page, don't follow the page.
Yeah. That's basically what it comes down to. Like,
and if you see other people talk about the page and they say, hey, this is why I think that guy's just bringing awareness.
Rare. Yeah.
I've seen it, like even when some other pages, they got backlash for things like that. It happens. And then the page has to respond. Sometimes the page follows someone's like, hey man, like we've done this.
Which is what has happened.
We've done that. What sucks sometimes when they go, well, you wanted support from us. That's where it gets shaky. But it doesn't
reverse.
It doesn't mean
that reverse.
It doesn't mean the reverse uno. It doesn't mean.
Oh shoot!
Like I said, it doesn't mean some things ain't wrong. You know what I mean?
Morally, yeah. If they have morale, which some people on this planet, they don't have no morale.
The harsh reality sometimes, I think we realize that money and morale is it's a high currency, man. Money and morale. I don't even think that's like water and oil sometimes.
I mean,
Love of money is the root of all evil.
like,
But I mean, the moral of the story is
please get help.
There is no story.
Please,
There is no story.
Please get help.
There is no story. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the moral of the story. You have a choice. You have the choice.
No. The moral of the story is his story.
I mean, I mean,
I swear. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. I can't stand you.
Did you get it? HIST.
I can't
Oh,
stand you. Can't stand you. Because then they're going, what about her story?
I mean,
Their story. Or our story. And then we get into the Pandora. I'm not trying to open the Pandora. I don't have all night.
Hey, man.
Listen to me.
I just said.
Drop your damn plugs. Drop your damn plugs. Forgive me for my language.
Well,
I mean, we should.
I mean, before we exit out, like, I hope that Daniel Lay. I'm thinking of Danny, the singer.
That threw me off when I saw it. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to him though.
For speaking up, and like, I hope he does find out who it is. No shade to Black Vancouver. I follow
I
them.
think you guys should have a discussion.
Yeah, like
Have a
actually
discussion.
sit down.
You guys sit down and talk.
Right?
Be a weird pod. And come collab with us. We will talk to you BC guys. See what's going on over there.
Yeah, like, and like whatever it is that they're having a conflict or dispute about, whatever Daniel's issue or dispute is, I hope it can get resolved, and I hope Black Vancouver can not be taken down because of what has happened, and people try to cancel them because what they're doing isn't a bad thing. They actually host things and put Black collectives together. So that's one of their missions that they do over there. So it's kind of like their contributions are being overlooked. This is like, what's his name? Who, in the basketball player? And they were trying to like shoot him down because he watched a movie.
Oh, Kyrie.
Yeah, this is like a Kyrie. Like, don't want to have to do that, you know? All his accolades are actually being overshot because of this one incident of one thing.
I feel like they need to. Yeah, they should have a. I feel like these guys have a discussion. I hope both of them can have a discussion and actually like talk about it and say your elements or whatever. I hope it doesn't become a thing like, yo, I don't care. I have this much followers. Yeah, I didn't talk to you. Some people are like, yo, I got money. Yo, shut up.
Because the fact that they had to take a mental break from social media was pretty intense, man.
Because it shows the power of one person.
One person and how they can be
being aware. And then sometimes it just takes a one person to be like, yo, why is this man going like this? And be like, yeah, why is he?
Like, what is the reason?
So I just, at the end of the day, I just hope they have that discussion. We don't need any more hate and beat down. We just need to be accountable and work on changing and being productive, I guess, in all aspects. And some things.
Yeah.
But the harsh reality, which is weird, is sometimes I just don't. Is there nowadays? Is there a moral way to make a movement?
A morale way to make a movement?
When it's like there is some ways, but it's like slow. It takes a long time. Sometimes it takes something bad for something good to happen. I don't know. It's a harsh reality of things. I don't know, man. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna sleep. We're not doing. Y'all say y'all plugs. Y'all say y'all plugs. I'm not going any further, man.
All right. Hey, beautiful people. It's your girl Zakia, aka the Nerd Z. You can definitely follow me on Instagram, and just let me know what's going on with life. You could also follow my photography page at zzz.studioto. Send me a message if you would like to get some pictures taken.
Delnijiro, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, DELNIJIRO. keep your hands to yourselves. Just in general, like, yeah, just keep your hands to yourselves, man. Realize that if they make you, they can break you. But if you're self-made, you're self-made.
Self-paid.
You're self-paid. I like that.
Follow me at J Hunterville on Instagram. With Pistols on Instagram. Currently playing Overwatch 2, Warzone 2, and UFC 4 still here and there. Might be on a little hiatus because I'm going to be out of the country for actually a bit,
Traveling.
Yeah, so I'm going to be gone for a bit. So I'll come back, and then back to work. Since everybody's saying like a random saying, because you guys just want to try to open Pandora's box, y'all little talking points, I'll say one. I think that, in the words of Mutabaruka, freedom is not free. I think that freedom, look on the words, it's free and dumb. I feel like freedom, the freedom of speech, is free if you can afford it. If you can afford to say what you want to say without the consequence, then I guess you have freedom in that sense. If I'm making any sense, I don't know. But if you have any questions, complaints, concerns,
Complaints again.
cancellations, considerations, send it to askthevent@gmail.com. Just send the emails. We don't need a think piece. We you know, we're not all the way there, as you can tell.
I mean, I am, but
yeah.
Speakers.
And we're on YouTube, IG, Twitter.
that is hilarious.
We are not trained professionals. We are just people with a mind trying to figure out what's going on. We're all on streaming platforms. Go find us, the theventpod. You'll find us. The year's wrapping up. Y'all be safe out in the streets. Happy holidays. I'll say that in advance.
Yeah, definitely happy holidays. I like
You know
mumble
what I
that.
mean?
Happy holidays. There we go.
Whatever you guys plan to do, go eat your turtles. You know.
Not the real life animal for those who are
You
listening.
know what I mean.
No.
I really had to think about that.
We know what we mean, but there's psychopaths out there that'll actually grab a turtle in the ocean with their right hand, and take a munch out of that cute little head.
And
no.
Some idiots like that.
Santa Claus was still wondering if you're still gonna come to the ghetto.
He only goes to the ghetto to get drugs.
That white snow.
That
white
snow.
That snow
Yo,
white.
That North Pole cocaine, man.
And a beam. Dancer, Brancer, blitzing, spitting. Sorry, that red.
Yo, drive by in a sleigh is wild.
I had a bar. What was it? I had a.
Imagine Santa just flying through the sky and just and just disappears.
I had a battle rap bar about like
Sirs.
Rudolph too, you know. Like red beam, like Rudolph. Watch how we blitz in. You know, blitz in. You know, blitz in.
That's hilarious.
You know, we ain't dancing a prancer. We blitz in. You know, you see bars. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is the event, and we out. Peace.
Peace.
Wash your hands.